Now, other brushes that make marks, I do a lot of fanning and softening with the Rosemary Bravura. Did I say that right? Bravura. Gosh, I'll never get this. Or the Robert Simmons Signet. Okay? I actually soften all of my edges as I'm going, as I put a stroke down. So I don't rely on the fan brush. I make a mark, and then I soften it. Break it up like Rembrandt. Pretend I'm breaking it up like Rembrandt. And those two brushes do that kind of mark. But they're much coarser and stronger than that. Now, and the Bravuras come in different sizes, of course. Bravura? Bravura. How do you know? Because I say it so different. Don't I confuse you and then you don't know what to say?
I know what the brush is.
Oh.
So, but it's a U, so it's Bravura.
Bravura. Bravura. Is that an Italian word? I only have trouble with Italian. Okay. So, those are the bristles. The Eclipse extra long comber has a thinned out bottom, like you clip it and it's not as strong. And it feathers and softens lines. And it does a very soft line. Famous artists like Daniel Keyes made these famous. Now, he might be using other brushes as well, but it's kind of in this nature and it makes that kind of mark. This excels over a very smooth surface. But it's Eclipse, which is synthetic, and they overblend. So all my bristle brushes allow me to juxtapose and then blend without destroying my color juxtaposing. Okay, this you got to be real careful with. This is like on a smooth panel that you're working on and you haven't used the clear gesso over it, you need help. You know, this would be something that you can play with. It comes in various sizes. Okay, okay, Bob Ross. You were amazing at getting the world how to paint. But Rosemary Tree and Texture Book is just a gimmick, but it works. I can't believe I said that. No, let me get off film. Okay, there we go. This brush by Rosemary actually works, and it's cool. And it makes grass and trees and happy marks for trees. But it's very similar to a fan brush.
What's it called again?
Oh, something really special. Tree and Texture Series 32. It comes in a set. I have the whole set. I actually have a set at home and a set here. Okay, and that leads me then to my wife is a non-representational, she's a representational expressions is her title. There could be a bird in her picture, operative word, could be, but it was the reason for her painting, and then there's all these marks everywhere, and then maybe a hint of a bird somewhere in the painting. But she has taught me that when she's painting these big, huge areas and she wants to soften, she likes this evergreen, rosemary evergreen, long flat, and they come in different sizes. And she loves them, especially if she's mixing some oleo gel into the paint. And it really does smooth out big flat areas. So it has a place for it. And that's the point of today, is where do these brushes go? You know, why don't we do some charts and play with it? And why don't we paint on some paintings? So I oiled out a bunch of old paintings so they'd be ready yesterday, so they'd be ready today. Okay. The next series is the Rosemary Sables that I'm a huge fan. The Rosemary Company Pure Sable Series 81. I can't get enough of them. I go from 0 to whatever size. This is a 5 and a 10. I go even bigger and I go all the way down to 0. Love them, absolutely love them. They're my sable favorites, and they make a soft mark. And I have charts. Something that I do with everything I paint is I make charts. I take a brush and I paint with it, and I try to make every kind of mark I can with it, and then I make it with different mediums that I think would work for it also. I'm not going to blindly just make it with every chart. So this is a Rosemary Company Pure Sable 81. I wrote my thing down below. It's a flatter, smoother strokes, calmer, and more blended. Okay, So what's that mean? Well, how about in somewhere in my painting when I need it to be flatter, smoother, and calmer in a landscape, in a portrait, in an area, then those sables might be what I'm looking for. And they're different than a fan brush. Well, I think we spend a few minutes and play with that. Does that make sense? So I've always done things like that. So, you know, I take this brush right here, and this is a bristle fan brush, a Rosemary bristle fan brush, and I played with it wet into wet. This is their bristle brush by Rosemary, and this is it dry. This is half on, half off. This is wet over dry. This is with egg tempera, or an Egbert. I mean, I just do different things with every brush because one day I'm going to look at my painting and say, I need to make a mark. And all those guys are sitting on the table and says, how about me? Is it my turn? Put me in, coach. And I think you should know your tools. And I think that's what started with Leonardo's sfumato. I didn't say that in close, did I?
Cool.
And Raphael's taking it to another level.